even though this is the last clip that I filmed, this is going to be the first clip that will play to get straight to the point with what I actually did today in terms of exercise. I went for a long walk and also did some cycling because I wanted to raise my heart rate. I wanted to raise my heart rate today. I didn't show any footage of me exercising because I didn't want to bring the tablet around whilst walking, which is why I thought I'd film the video at first. I think before leaving the house, maybe. I don't remember it. I don't remember. But yeah, I thought I was gonna jog today after my walk, and I decided not to. I decided when I got to the gym that I'd instead go for a bike ride and see how that goes in preparation for um, bike riding around the area outside of the gym. So outside of using the bike equipment and actually going on a real bike, not a cardio bike or a spin bike. I'm not really sure if there was much of a difference, but I do actually want to talk about the bike in particular that I used. They have a certain group of bikes that I used today, and I don't think I want to use them again because when I was really pushing myself going at level 10 on the cardio bike, that's what I'm calling it. I'm not sure if it's actually called that. My right knee was hurting quite a bit, and I don't think it was because my right knee is weak, but because of the angle that my feet were pedaling at. I wasn't pedaling straight down. My legs weren't pushing straight down like this, like how you would with a spin bike or a normal bike. It was more so angled and going like that rather than like this, which would be putting in a whole load of pressure on my knee joints or knee bones, knee joints. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that works, but I could certainly feel it. That was for sure. I thought I was going to cool down for 5 minutes on the bike, but I decided to leave it at the 2.5 minute mark because um, I was feeling that much pressure in my knees. So I decided to walk it off for about 3.5 minutes or so, just at a really slow walking pace because I wanted to walk it off. I wasn't wanting to walk fast. Yeah, I did 5 minutes to begin with at the lowest level to just get used to going on the bike, and then to push myself, I tried going at level 10 in pursuit of just doing something that was challenging, cycling at a challenging resistance, not trying to cycle at that particular level. And then from there, another 5 minutes. I thought I was going to do that for half an hour, but I thought, oh, I've been out for a long while. When I did just say that I was going to go for a walk, I hadn't told my parents that I'd be out for so long because I didn't expect myself to be out for so long or to do a half-hour workout at the gym. So I just left it at 15 minutes on the bike anyway. And then I went to do a little bit of headstands, and that was it. That was the session. I stretched before going to the headstands because someone was using the pull-up bar for their resistance band exercises, the pec fly or chest fly, the one where you go, oh my god, this, but with both. As I had, as I've shown myself doing the previous gym I used to go to, which I absolutely don't miss. As I said in the next clip, which I filmed first, it got looking the stubble was looking quite patchy. I was gonna say beard, but this is so patchy. I'm not sure you could call it a beard. Anyway, I'll get rid of this soon, and I think I'll get rid of what's on my head. I've been scratching my head a lot recently, and I think it's because I have hair on my head, and with few ways to which I'd be using to manage stress. Even doing it lightly like how I did then was painful because of how irritated my scalp is. I didn't think that that's why I feel pain when doing that. I just realized it hurt. But yeah, that's it. I think that's the word. From scratching it enough times with this amount of hair on my head and with these nails too, which I forgot about, I've been probably severely irritating my scalp. So I think what I should do is clip my nails and then cut my hair tomorrow, cut this off as well, and just shave all round really. Like even my armpit hairs, man, they need trimming too, because I can't afford a shaving blade, and the ones that I do have, they're low quality, and they might give me razor bumps just like how they did here, which I've completely forgot. I completely forgot about these razor bumps, but yeah, man, they might actually be completely gone. I said one day I'd forget about them, and it seems like I have. I might actually go into the bathroom to go look, but yeah, I think they're gone. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think maybe work out and try and record myself, do some lower body workouts like some squats or something. Maybe not. I look at her and I think, oh, actually, I'm not sure if I explained. Oh no, I haven't. Not yet. I explained in the first clip, but not in the second clip. I go on to talk about finances, and I was saying I spoke about this woman who I'm looking at now, called Nisha. I don't know, but she was talking about paying yourself first by putting 10% of what you earn on a monthly basis into um, saving of some sort, or just to make sure that you have a buffer of living expenses. For me personally, I'd want to do that in case I got injured, like severely injured, as I'd be living out on my own. Seeing as I've said to myself, I want to move out and not come back, and I've meant it, which would mean having a buffer of living expenses, a month's worth of living expenses, would certainly be useful for me, because I don't plan to come back specifically to live with my family. Yeah. And I was saying, I look at her and I think, having a financial advisor, as I've thought of in the past, it might help, it might not, but I think it'd be very helpful knowing, or going and pursuing improve my financial health, even if speaking to my first financial advisor wouldn't work out the way I planned. That's fine, you can go get a different one. I've never thought of it like this, but I'll be able to use a financial advisor like the financial equivalent of a personal trainer. The personal trainer and the financial advisor have one thing in common. They're mentor figures. And having mentor figures can help you keep on track. Mentor figures who you've consciously decided to pick, who I'd like to imagine you've decided to pick because you think that they're in a much more knowing and knowledgeable space than you are, or just more so as accountability to check that you're not letting yourself go or getting too cocky with your decisions, whatever they may be in, yeah, or whatever field your decision making is in, or is about, yeah. Man, I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'll let the next clip play because my head, it feels like it started to pulsate. So I'll get this video together, upload it, and then get episode 2 of the PT Diaries out. But I haven't yet made that whatsoever, even though it's just hit 2:30 on the 10:30 p.m. on the laptop. But I'm gonna go for it. I'll let my head rest after this, and get to going, man. After I've flipped the footage on both clips, on this first clip, which is actually the last clip I'm filming in chronological order of getting this video together, but the first clip that will play, I'd mirror the clips so they play the right way around, so that my face isn't flipped the opposite way horizontally, and that's it. That's what I do to the videos. Oh, outside of adding the tag and transitions here and there, and the thing that I put in the corner, the CJ's project. Yeah, this would be it over here. On the camera, as I look at it, that would be on the right side, but the footage as I watch it on the feed as I'm making this video would be flipped. So if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be where I'm pointed to is the left corner, even though I see it on the right on the field loop viewfinder of the tablet. Yeah, but anyway, I'm out because this is the last clip. I'm actually filming in chronological order of making this video, so I'll let the next clip play, but this is me done for the video, man. Peace. Or on with the rest of the video, rather. We. I wouldn't usually make videos late at night. It's just about going on 10 o'clock. Oh my gosh, it almost actually is. It's 1 to 10. 9:59 p.m. Yeah. As I'm making this video, I just wanted to make one so I have one out, so that tomorrow I don't have to make one for the day 403, I think it is. I remember because I'd be looking at all of the thumbnails that I've made with the white circle in the top right corner and the gold writing that I'd have. So yeah, this would be day 403. I thought I'd sell it when it got to 400 mark, or as this series was approaching the 400 mark. I thought that I'd be celebrating the fact that I'd have basically 400 days worth of logs out, but I didn't. I felt lower than ever, so I think I should just completely ditch celebrating the fact that you get to every 100 days. I see it as, oh, we're no longer at this day. No, we're no longer in the day 200s, for example. We're no longer in the day 100s, for example. As I did when getting to day 200 and day 300. I think from here onward, I don't think I should really do that, because I don't know how I'm going to feel about a certain something, whatever that could be, by that point. So I think there's no point with the way how I felt on day 400. Feeling low could hit at any time. It doesn't matter what's going on. And I felt low at that point when day 400, when I would have reached 400 days worth of logs, or the 400th day. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just not gonna make myself say we're no longer in the day 400 or something like that, for example, and just let that go. However, to talk about the video now, the main thing that I wanted to talk about, that was to say that I'm now looking for work. So I've gone in, my tutor has got in contact with me again, and they've said that the CV's fine, start applying. Now I want to make sure that I know what I'm looking for before applying. I've gone and searched, and it seems like the wage per year is about anywhere from less than 17 grand a year to less than 20 grand a year. I've seen a place go for less than 20 grand a year. And online, at least, this seems to be the only opportunity that's out there. But I have got in contact with Isaac to try and see a personal trainer who used to work there, and who was also a manager of the gym, if I'm not mistaken. I have gone into contact with him to say to say first of all that I've got the level 2 instructor qualifications now, and to also say that if they're looking for work, then I can think about going there. I'm not sure if I'd really want to, because they don't have. My gosh, man, it's so much smaller, and they don't have the calisthenics sort of equipment that I'm looking for, the gymnastics equipment that I'm looking for. So that would be more of a last resort. I don't miss that place whatsoever. I left for a reason, and I'd rather not go. I'd rather not go back. Even if it were for work, I'd rather not go back. Not because not because I dislike the people that go there, but because it's so small, and it just does not have all of the equipment that I'd be looking for in there. I wouldn't want to be bringing in gymnastics rings all the time, and even with that in mind, they still don't have the sort of bars that I'd be looking for that they do at this new different gym that I've gone to. I think it was on day 393. That sounds about right, because that'd be less than 10. That would be 10 days ago. To think that that would have happened over a week ago, yeah. I'm thinking the same time flies, but not necessarily. Sometimes some days can go really slow depending on when I wake up. If I wake up at like 11, then yeah, it will seem to, but it's not. It's just my perception. See, it makes it seem. In my mind, it seems that way because of how I perceive how fast the days go. Because being on fucking laptop quite a lot of the day and getting up at 10 rather than 2 in the morning. Yeah. I'd rather get up at 2 in the morning than 10, because no one's up. No one's up. I get to experience an abundance of silence. And that's the thing that I'm looking for. Peace. Obviously, silence and peace aren't the same, but I'd be pursuing silence to experience peace. Yeah. And then from there, with that silence, I'll be able to get my thoughts together very easily, which means I'm making it easier for myself to take my life into any direction that I'd want to take it in, which might actually, in fact, help other people as well if they were to wake up at such time with, but feeling well rested as well. So having maybe however long their body needs to have. For me, that's 8 hours of sleep. I feel most well rested with 8 hours of sleep, with some experimentation I did a while ago, maybe a couple of years back. Yeah. What I wanted to talk about was the fact that I'm now looking for work. That's it. And I've said everything I wanted to say. I'm now looking, and I've gone online. The salaries are minimum wage. They are deadbeat fucking low. But I'd be I'd be going from financially broken to broke. Now this is one step up. It's not financially healthy, but it's a step up closer to living in a financially healthy way, and just healthy in general, really. See, because we use money to trade in this society. I'll get there, man. I'll get there for sure. Well, I say I will, but I'm on the way to, is what I think I really should be saying, because if I say I will, I might, in my mind, be putting that off. That's something that Healthy Gamer GG, I remember him saying. He said that if you say I will do something, that's just you making it easier to procrastinate on certain things by implying to your mind that you're pushing it off for later by saying that you will do it rather than you are, which is present tense, on the way to doing it or on the way to getting there, implying that you're putting in action now in the present moment to do what you need to do to get it done, whatever it is or whatever those aims are to you. Speaking of finances, I've seen this lady called Nisha. I'm not sure if I'm spelling that right. Some lady in her late 20s or early 30s. And she claims to be an accountant. I'm watching her accountant explains, money habits keeping you poor video. I've got an idea as to how I'd build up an emergency fund, which is an idea I've heard from, I think, Sonhan on the Skillshare course. And I think this is my way. This idea would be a solid way that I could use to actually build up a fund in which I'd be wanting to have for living expenses, such as, or having as she said, a buffer for living expenses. Maybe she said 3 to 6 months. I'd say maybe a year, because of watching alpha male strategies as a teenager. There certainly can be a few things here and there that I agree with, that I disagree with, but on this one, it's something I'm more than willing to agree with, as I digested that without question, as I did with a lot of information that I'd hear from the red pill / manosphere space and just places in general, as I did when I was a teenager. I think 1 year's worth is enough to not only, but as I think about it now, is 1 year's worth of space and living expenses, rent, bills, travel, food, maybe car payments as well. Travel being fuel, for example, maybe space for public transport, or maybe maybe to fix your bike or to lubricate your bike. I don't know, but yeah, I'd say one year's worth of living expenses is probably as far as I'd go. I wouldn't need any more than that, because I think that depending on how severe your injury is, that would be more than enough space to, or depending on what the injury is, to, at a bare minimum, make a significant recovery within with whatever the injury is. I think 1 year would be enough to not only make a significant recovery with like a leg injury, for example, but to get back on your feet and start walking on the leg again and be able to start applying, even with the leg injury, making it clear I'm not going to be able to do certain things because I broke my leg last year. Yeah, I think that's how I'll do it. There it goes. I've got a plan for how I get that done. She was saying 10% of your monthly income, immediately put that into paying yourself first. That's what she called it. I think someone else said that that's how you should go about things, in reference to the Rich Dad Poor Dad book that she referred to in that point. This is the very first one after the intro, by the way. Yeah. She referred to a whole load of books. But even if she's not an accountant, the advice, in my opinion, seems pretty sound. But then again, I've been listening to financial advice ever since I was a teenager, and I'd say, significantly more impressionable back then compared to now. I'd say being digesting things isn't necessarily Open-mindedness is not what I'd have an issue with, but rather uh, following people blindly and being too open-minded to certain beliefs is a problem, because you won't question them, and the beliefs might be just straight up lies, or just really unhealthy ways of thinking, or unhealthy ways of going about things, which might be detrimental to you, even though you were the one that decided to watch the video and take that person's advice or those people's advice. I've got a plan for how I go about applying. I want to go out within the area and going to ask for work. But before I do, I make sure I feel comfortable with doing that. Through making sure that I know what I want, and I know what I'm looking for. I know I'd be looking for a fitness instructor job or gym instructor job. It's the same thing, different name for the same thing. I'll be looking for those things. I'll be looking for that sort of role, but I want to clarify what am I and am I not willing to accept from that sort of role. I'm not willing to accept people talking down to me, whether it be a customer or a colleague or manager. I'm not willing to accept for example, having to work every day of the week because we're so short staffed. That's something that I would ask if I were to be called in for an interview. How short staffed are they? Yeah. Because certain places can be excessively short staffed, and then for that reason, they just throw you in the deep end because there are too few other people to go and do the deep end work. So then, with little training and little experience, they just throw you in the deep end, and then it'd be, oh, nah, it's your fault. But the business was already dying. Like the branch was already dying off. The place would be so understaffed. Yeah. Some places are so understaffed, it's not worth joining. The places die and just leave them be. That's what I think. Like with well, I was working in the past in that customer service job, when I applied, it was short staffed. I think I don't miss that place, and I'll tell you what, I won't miss this lifestyle either. I won't. Look at this. It looks like it grows in thickly here, and then it's just missing from that point onward. Well, not completely. There's hair there, but not as thick as this. I was wondering how you grow it out. And also this part, which I don't really have because of genetics. That was if I were to try and grow a beard anyway. I haven't been trying to grow a beard, it's just I haven't been taking care of myself. I've been feeling low from being so financially fucking broken that I've just neglected myself. That's why my hair is so long. It might not look long to some people, but usually I'd have basically no hair on my head. But I've just neglected taking care of myself. My nails are dirty, as you might be able to see if you look at my middle finger. Oh, actually, these are the only ones really that have got dirt in them, especially my middle finger. But my toe, I haven't. My toes, we've got the same old dirt in them as well, looking funky. I haven't been taking care of myself as much as I could, which I certainly will go out my way to change when, as I keep on building myself up. Yeah, I'll leave it at that, and I might update how job applications are going in the daily logs. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But I'll leave it at that for the job application talking. So I'll instead move on to what I actually did today. I'll probably make that as the very first clip, because this is a daily log specifically about exercise, not really about not about job application. So I'll put that first. On that note, even though this is the first clip, 19 minutes and 59 seconds, 20 minutes. Yeah, exactly. By that point, yeah. As in the clip was 20 minutes long. I'll end the video here because I've spoken about everything I want to speak about. At least by this point, in terms of the video making process, I would have already spoken about how the exercise stuff went by this point. Yeah, but on that note, just we finito, and cheers to getting more vlogs out and moving forward with my life. I wasn't thinking I was going to make this one today. I thought I was going to leave it for tomorrow, but it's out, and it's going to be out, and we'll have to think about trying to make 2 days worth of logs in one. Anyway, I'm gone. Peace.